I move with the wind blowing through the trees. If you peek past the leaves, probably notice me. Might be hard, I keep it A1 like the low.
Appreciate it. Welcome in, welcome in. Tell a friend, bring a friend, come on in. We're trying to create a vibe real quick for you. That's even loud for me. Hold on 1 second. Let's get the vibe right. Let's get the vibe right. Crystal, you do this so well. You be talking and the music be going and it don't sound like you're screaming over the music. Can you guys hear the music? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear the music? Welcome in, Socio Pete. Maria, welcome in. King, welcome in. Farmer Keisha, welcome in. Crystal, welcome in. Orange, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the team bracelets. I appreciate it. It is Live Fest. Manny, welcome in. Again, thank you for the daily heart meet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys are ready to learn. If you have a pencil and a paper, tell a friend, bring a friend, come on in. Anyone who you think can utilize this information, please share, pass it on. If you miss anything that I say tonight, hopefully YouTube will let me download this one and it will be available on my YouTube channel, as well as my personal vlogs and music reactions. I do more music reactions and I'm getting into personal vlogs. As my life here in America begins to take shape, I am going to record more of it and share it with the world, so that's going to happen on my YouTube channel, but it's definitely going to have this live on there. And so I'm going to just talk about best practices on simultaneously. TikTok Nerd Struggle, welcome in from the UK. And up late, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's midnight there, so I appreciate you staying up late. Unfunny Wife, welcome in. I appreciate you going to subscribe from the bottom of my heart. If you do subscribe to my TikTok channel, you will get one-on-ones with me on walking through how to go through thumbnails, walking through how to edit videos, walking through titling, hashtagging, all of that stuff. We're going to give you a pretty general overview here, but ultimately we're going to give you more detail in those one-on-ones. You do get some custom stickers as a subscriber. Also, if you do the second tier, you get a custom piece of apparel. We're going to give a funky fresh white hoodie away. It's an official Morocco Blue design. It's a one-on-one. I'm not even going to offer that in my own personal brand. It's going to be for subscribers only. So it's not mandatory that you subscribe, but if you find a benefit in it, I hope that you would subscribe. Again, thank you for being in my live. You could have been in any live in the world, and I thank you for choosing to be in mine. I appreciate you tapping the screen. We got 12 beautiful souls in here. I've never had that before, so I'm going to celebrate that one. And we're at over 1K likes right now. So with that being said, just to give you an overview, we are talking about growing multiple platforms simultaneously, just in case, Lord forbid, TikTok goes anywhere. We want to make sure that we didn't put all our eggs in one basket, that we're actually cultivating multiple platforms, as many platforms as we can personally handle. Don't put so much on your plate that you're burning out on both sides of the candle. Liliana, welcome in. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube. I appreciate that. Anthony, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, we're going to start from the beginning because we have a lot of people who weren't here before. And so we're just going to start with starting your YouTube channel and the qualifications to get monetized on YouTube. Now, to even consider getting monetized on YouTube, you need to have 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I shouldn't just start. If you're ready to write down some good information, take some good notes, let me just get one in the chat, I do recommend you write this down, even though I am going to put it on YouTube. I'm nervous, so I'm going to talk really fast. But if I'm going too fast, please ask me to revisit or re-go over, or just jot down your questions. So when I open it up, I will pause to answer your questions. So once you write it down so you don't forget it, I will make sure that I can address anything that I can address. All right, so you want to start a YouTube channel. The first thing that you're going to do is start the channel. Now, anybody who has a Gmail email has a YouTube account. So if you wonder what you need to do to start YouTube, you need a Gmail email. Those are free, so if you don't have one, I recommend you go sign up for a Gmail email right now. Everything for YouTube is brought to you by Google, so it's going to be totally acclimated to Google. When you get paid, you're going to get paid through Google AdSense, so everything is going to be attached to your Google account. So if you don't have one, it's free. Just go to gmail.com or Google and hit Gmail and sign up for a free Gmail email. Now, you don't have to worry about what your email is. Now, if you want to make your email on brand for your channel, that is something that I do recommend, but it's not one of those hard rules that's going to hinder you. It just looks better to have it more uniform. I didn't even start with mine's uniform. My Google one is just B3000, and my name is Morocco Blue. One thing has nothing to do with the other, but you can always change your channel name once you actually go on the YouTube platform and start working with editing your channel. So that's going to be step number 1. Step number 2 is knowing the goal that you're going for to get monetized. Now, getting monetized, though it benefits, should not be the reason that you are doing YouTube at the end of the day. Because if you're only doing it for the money, when the money doesn't come, that's not going to be able to sustain you on those hard days. And your YouTube journey can be anywhere from a slow burn to a raging fire. And ultimately, the YouTube audience is going to decide what that is. Some of the most successful YouTubers said they went 2 years with their videos pretty much going very much unwatched. But they didn't have someone like me who made the mistakes telling them what to do. They were in the wasteland of YouTube with me and kind of figured it out on their own. So hopefully the things that I tell you today will help you in that journey, and you don't have to hit as many landmines as I did when I started my YouTube journey. Nothing that I'm saying is a hard rule. These are just best practices and some of the things that I did that work for me, and hopefully they'll work and help you. So after we get the YouTube channel, before we do anything, we want to think about what kind of content we want to make, right? So if you know that you're a person that's really outside and active and you're comfortable carrying a camera and stuff like that, you might want to consider vlogging. If you're more of a person who likes to monologue and just is comfortable talking, you want to probably think about doing more sit down like I'm doing with you right now, more educational type videos and or podcasts. If you're into entertainment and you just like you'll do a sit down type podcast like this, but you might want to do reacting or whatever. But whatever you do, you want to choose something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, so the possibility of burnout is minimal. Now, anything that you invest time and energy into, especially if you feel like there should be a certain benefit coming from it, you're going to experience some burnout. But if it's something that you're passionate about and you love talking about anyway, that burnout will be minimal, right? And we want to set ourselves up for success, and we want to set ourselves up to when our channel picks up steam and we actually have an audience, we're not tired of talking about whatever it was that we were talking about, because you could have talked about this thing whether you were recording it or not. So you want to definitely focus on the kind of content that you want to make. Now, I personally say you don't have to niche down in the beginning, because ultimately we're going to go over why when we talk about the requirements of what it takes to get monetized on YouTube, right? So there are two metrics that you have to meet, and it's one definite one, and the second two is either or, right? So the first metric that you have to meet to get monetized on YouTube is you have to have 1,000 subscribers. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. That's hard. It's not changing. That's what they want, 1,000 subscribers. Now, the either or situation, along with the 1,000 subscribers, you can either have 4,000 watch hours on your long form videos, so 4,000 watch hours, or 3 million views on your YouTube shorts. So if you feel like short form content is the best thing for you and you can pump that out really quick, then you may want to consider trying to get the 3 million views on your YouTube shorts. If you know that you're struggling to make short content on TikTok, that's not going to be the best thing to jump on YouTube to do as well. So you're going to look at the long form content. And for me personally, this was the easiest one to do because you're making longer content, so people can stay on one video longer, and you'll get to that 4,000 in no time. Well, not no time, but in my estimation, you'll get to the 4,000 faster than you'll get to the 3 million, right? So when we talk about niching, you are the niche at the end of the day, right? Now, what you want to do before is get as comfortable as possible. And as I started this live series saying, you want to treat the camera like the camera is your best friend. The one person that you tell everything to, that homie that you could just sit down and talk to and be your most authentic self. That's how you want to look at the camera. You don't want to look at the camera as a piece of equipment. And if I'm not reading the comments, it's because I'm super nervous and I'm dyslexic. So I appreciate you being patient with me and letting me monologue for a minute. But I'll definitely get into your comments. Shishi, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. If you're giving me a daily heart me or a gift, I appreciate that. I'm sorry I'm nervous, so I'm not really making eye contact. So if I missed it, charge it to my head, not my heart, because I'm still nervous doing these things. All right. And so someone asked me before, if I have multiple things that I'm interested in, should I make multiple YouTube channels? I personally think you should focus on growing one platform as opposed to having the stress and pressure of trying to grow multiple YouTube platforms simultaneously, right? And then you may not, just because you're interested in a lot of things, those things may not translate into views, and you won't know that until you start putting it out there. So I think that everybody should put all their energy and ideas into their first YouTube channel, and then you see what works well. What's the thing that works? Thank you, Anthony, for your heart me. What's the thing that works the best? What gets the most views? Second, third down the line. Why I say that is because ultimately, for free, you can have 10 different YouTube channels for free, right? Anything after 10, then YouTube as a company would be like, hey, okay, there's going to be a fee involved. So as a person who's financially strapped myself, I work with the free option of things. So we're going to focus on that 10, getting up to that 10 if you want to. But ultimately, we're going to talk about growing that first one. But the benefit of being able to have my YouTube, I'm LaRocca Blue on everything, but on YouTube, I'm LaRocca Blue TV. And if you type in LaRocca Blue, even without the TV, I'm the first option that pops up. And you want that for your YouTube channel as well. So there's a few ways that you can have that happen, and we will go over those things. But right now we're talking about and revisiting step number 1. Now, when you figure out, okay, I got the email, I got this channel, there's no content on it, start posting. Now, start posting. Now, what do you mean just start posting? Well, if you like music, make a video talking about the music you like, post it. You know what I'm saying? Make a video talking about why you don't like certain music, why you don't like certain artists. Now, I'm not saying be a hater, but constructively criticize and critique why you don't like certain genres of music. Post it. You like sports, you just watched the game. Put the camera in front of you while you're watching the game, and then post it. Live reaction of watching the Eagles versus the Saints. That's content, right? And forget the camera is there. It's literally you watching the game and your reactions to watching the game. And then you'll figure out how to edit that down, post it, right? So, to make it more organized, let's just say music is on Monday, sports is on Sunday. If you're a person that goes out, food and brunch and stuff and like that is on Saturday. You like travel is on Friday. You're into books is on Thursday. The books you love are on Thursday. You just want to have a conversation about social commentary is on Wednesday, and the like. But you don't have to post different things every day of the week, and you don't have to post every day of the week, but you do have to be consistent when you post. So if you decide that you are going to post Thursday at 7, it is best practice to post every day Thursday at 7. Now, we understand that life happens, life goes the way it goes, and it may mess up your posting schedule. But again, you're treating the camera and your channel like you're talking to your good friend. Hopefully, you would never leave your good friend unstuck, not knowing what's going on with you. Hey, when you come back, hey, sorry I missed, and I haven't been here for a while, this was going on, da-da-da-da. But we really don't want to even get to that. We want to be consistent and post on the same day, same time, all the time, right? How this is going to help you, right? It breeds, what's the word I'm looking for? A routine between you and the people who are watching your content, right? And so some people will say, well, I'm doing the thing, but ultimately I don't see followers happening. Okay, there are a couple of things to that, right? Because in marketing circles, they say it takes about a person watching you 7 times before they decide if they're going to hit your subscribe button. Some people will do it right away, and we can account for those who do the call to action, like, comment, subscribe. They're going to at least subscribe. But most people, before they invest and commit into hitting the subscribe button, they're going to want to watch you and see what you're about for a while. So when you're in that period, especially as a newer YouTuber, you definitely want, the one thing they know about you is that you're going to show up and be consistent. Now, when you're talking about the things that you talk about, again, if you're going to kind of be all over the place, allow them to be part of the journey. Hey, I'm such and such. This is my YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. Along the way, I'm going to show you me growing this channel. You know, I'm not a perfect person. I'm going to drop the ball sometimes, but hey, watch me grow this channel to a certain number, and we can do that together. Invite them to be part of the process because they're your good homie, right? They're your good homie. So ultimately, you're never just like, hey, you guys. And when you continue doing that and your audience grows, another best practice, and it seems really cheesy, but it works. And like I said, these are not hard rules, but the things that I've seen work for myself. Once your audience grows and you see those numbers coming up, name your audience. Name your audience, name your crew, give them a community to be a part of, because a lot of people are on social media, be it YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and the like, looking for community, right? And then just looking for something to be a part of. So give them a name, you know what I'm saying? And if you can make that name match the content that you're making or some term of endearment, the better, right? Then you want to look at your videos and you just want to post and post and post. But what happens in any time you're doing something consistently, something that you do hits. Now, it may not make you mega viral, but it may be the video that has done the most numbers than any video that you've ever posted. You want to pay attention to that video and not change all your content to look like that one video. But what you want to do is acknowledge that that video blew up. Be it if you were only getting 5 views, this one video got 50. Okay, cool. That video blew up in the sense of the numbers that you usually get. You want to acknowledge that video that blew up. So you want to do a follow-up video to the video that blew up. You don't want that video to blow up because most people may have found you through that video. And the one thing you want to do is generate a positive parasocial relationship. And I'll say that a lot. A positive parasocial relationship. And so if you're seeing people liking that video and then you never touch that content or that subject again, the people who showed up and actually liked your content for that video will feel kind of let down and they probably won't come back. But if you do a follow-up video, so let's just say you did a video and you're talking about pop culture, right? For me, I do music reactions, right? But just trying stuff for my channel, when I was struggling content-wise, I would have my best friend do videos with me or do videos for me, and I just kind of art direct the video. And funny enough, the video that got me over the hump of my 1,000 subscribers, I wasn't even in the video. It was my best friend, and she was reacting to the safari pics that broke down the internet, right? And so that video was like the video that got over 1,000 views at the time, right? Now, I'm a music reactor, so that video gets 1,000 views. I go back to my music reactions doing 500 and 600. But then there are people who are like, well, what happened to the pop culture stuff? So what I would do is have my best friend from time to time come on with me, and she would talk about the pop culture stuff, because we would talk about it as friends, but that was more her thing, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, hey, best friend, come and revisit. So she would then talk about follow-up, well, this is what happened after those pictures, da-da-da-da-da. But people also knew that this is a music reaction channel, but we will touch on other stuff. It's not a hard line. And because you're the boss of your channel, you have the flexibility to do that, but you definitely want to do a follow-up to your most popular video. And then that will help you when you're playlisting your videos, right? So if you know that your audience like that, because one thing about YouTube, your audience is going to tell you where to go. Because one of the tips that I learned is kind to, if you have no idea what you're going to talk about, once you figure that out, or trying to figure it out, list out, and you may have to write it down, 25 things that you potentially want to make content about, right? And as you start making that content, your audience is going to tell you what they like, right? And so you want to be authentic, but you also want to listen to your audience as well. And so if your audience is like responding because they're showing up, they're commenting and liking a certain type of video, okay, that'll let you know, okay, instead of doing all the 25 things because I wrote them down, I can live here for a minute and I'm comfortable living here, right? But as you're living there and you're interacting and growing your audience, if you're struggling and having a bad content day or something like that, you still have that list that you can always fall back on of content that you would have done had not this certain piece of content got popular, right? Then the next thing we're going to talk about is when you start your video, right? So you want to hook your potential subscriber in 30 seconds, right? The last thing that you want to do is have people in your comments timestamping when you got to the point of the video because they watched it and they felt like, okay, you took too long to get there. So they're going to save other people from you and tell people in the comments, well, she got to what you want to know at time 9 minutes and 18. So you want to get to the point of your video or what you titled the video as or what you made the thumbnail. You want to get to that point in 30 seconds, right? Hook them in the first 30 seconds. So you don't want to get beat to the punch in your comment section. So you want to hook them in the first 30 seconds, right? Now that you hook them, how do you keep them watching? Well, being you, right? And whatever that version is of you, right? So luckily enough for me, in real life, I'm a really quiet person. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when the camera's on, like I have a whole bunch of energy and I'm very personable and really animated. And that's naturally me. I'm not putting it on. I don't know why it happens when I'm recording or live, but it just does, right? And so me on camera and me in real life are two different entities, but they're both still authentically me, right? So you want to present the version of yourself that is most authentic and comfortable to you. It's not a costume that you're putting on. You always want to be showing up as the most comfortable version of you, right? And let your personality shine through. As we say in the world, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but the people who are digging you are going to dig you. And because they dig you, a lot of the stuff that you worry about that may stop you from making content, you won't have to worry about because those people are here to see you and hear what you have to say, right? The next thing is when you're creating content, you always want to be creating content from your experience, right? You want to be creating content from your experience because it's easier to talk about it if you're talking about the things that you went through, the reason why you like something, the reason why you're doing something, as opposed to picking a subject and you have to do a gang of research because it's not something that you really talk about ever. So if it's something that you don't have experience in or you didn't do or didn't watch, don't talk about it. Always present what you're presenting on YouTube from your experience. Now, that'll lead me and segue to titling, right? Now, titling is the second thing that you want to consider after you post a video. The first thing is your thumbnail, but titling, right? So because you're presenting your most authentic self and you're speaking from your experience, when you're titling your videos, you want your titles to be conversational, right? You almost want to like make the title a conversation starter, right? So however that would look like for you, right? So if you're into travel, the title of your video would be, yo, I can never stay in one spot. Well, that seems very vague, but people who may be interested be like, well, why can't you stay still? Click the video, and now you're talking about, because I love to travel, and these are my favorite travel spots, and I'm going to go over them in this video. Boom. It's a conversation. So you always want to present a conversation, an open conversation with your audience. You like another person was like a pain point where you're solving a problem. Well, everything doesn't have to be a problem, but everything can be a conversation. So you want to think about that when you're making thumbnails, when you're making titles. The only thing that maybe could be straightforward and not conversational is your hashtags, and we'll go over that in detail also. But you want to that call and response to your audience, which will lead me to the second thing that will help your audience grow and grow faster than what I did when I grew my channel and monetized it, respond to all your comments. Respond to all your comments. And you can start practicing that right now on this app. You can start doing that right now on this app. Like I said before, there have been plenty of times that I've gone in certain people's videos because I am an engager and a supporter, and I am out here on these TikTok streets, and the people who know me, they see me everywhere. It grinds my gears. I'm watching your video all the way through, and I finally look at your comment section, and it says that there are 20 comments, and none of the 20 comments are you responding back to the people commenting to you. It's just a whole bunch of commenters in there, and you said nothing. You haven't liked it, nothing. People are just in there talking to themselves, I guess. Well, practice responding to your commenters. And the one thing that you don't want to do when you're responding to your commenters is say the same thing over and over and over again, right? Because people are trying to develop a positive, thank you all for your heart me's, I appreciate that. People are trying to develop a positive parasocial relationship with you, but even though you may be addressing a lot of people, you're really making the video for an audience of one. Because when the person watching it and they're watching you, they're not like, hey guys, we're all watching this. They're sitting there, you're talking to them, right? So when you respond to their comments, you're talking to them. So you can't respond the same way to every comment. And I will hold commenters accountable too. You can't put the same thing in the comment, right? Because one, that doesn't look like natural engagement. But two, it doesn't facilitate a natural conversation. So as the commenter, you want to say something encouraging about what you just saw. You don't have to write a thesis statement about the video that you just saw. But one positive thing about the piece of content, Nisha Boo, be tapping, welcome in, and thank you for your heart me. You just address something at the end of the day. If you don't like what the person's talking about, do you like what they're wearing? You don't like what they're wearing. Does their smile make you smile? These are the things that you can say that are genuine comments that to leave under a content creator's post. Here to support. As a content creator, what am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that? But then in turn, whatever the commenter leaves as a content creator, especially when you're small. Now, when you have 100,000 millions of followers, no one's expecting you to respond to 100,000 comments. You might want to pick a number and stick to that number. Some people say 50, some people say 100, some people are selfish. They're like, look, I know this video is going to go because I have an audience now. I'm responding to the first 10, 12 comments, and then I'm out of the comment section. Fair. But when you're small and you're trying to grow, you want to be responding to the people who took the time to say something to you, and you want that response to be unique to the person that you're talking to. So even if 7 people came on your video and said, great video, the way you respond to those 7 people shouldn't just be thank you. It could be thank you and something else, but it should be 7 different unique things so people feel like you're personally talking to them and you're personally acknowledging whatever they said to you at the end of the day. If you're going to do a group thank you, make a video, make it content. Well, I didn't expect to get so many comments in that video. You all guys are great. You all said this, and most people said that. So I just want to take this time to say thank you to you all. That's the way you can be general. But when you're responding back to comments, you don't want to be general in the comment section. And so because you've done that, you're doing one step closer to building positive parasocial relationships. Now, we said the second thing that's going to get people to go into your video is the title. The first thing that's going to make them go into your video and even get your video played is the thumbnail. Now, we want a high quality thumbnail, but we want to keep it simple, right? We want to keep it simple, and we don't want to overwhelm people with the thumbnail. We want to encourage people by the thumbnail to click it and get the video to start to play. How many of you have clicked a YouTube video, you didn't even read the title, you saw the thumbnail and was like, I gotta watch this video, or I gotta see what's up with this video. So that's why the thumbnail is number one. Nisha Boo, thank you so much for the fest burst. And again, if anybody has gifted me and I've missed it, I'm so nervous. Thank you so much, because I'm not a teacher, but I have a giving heart, so I definitely don't want to gatekeep anything. And if you can monetize on another platform and not have to worry about getting 10,000 people and worry about getting 1,000, I definitely want to help you get there. So again, thank you, right? Then you want to do check-ins with yourself. Like, what was the real reason I started this channel? And again, the answer can't only be money. Money is the benefit of YouTube, but the answer can't be, oh, the only reason why I started is to get to the chicken. Well, it may take some time to get to the chicken. So what other reason besides that are you starting this channel? What's going to sustain you until the money comes? And you want to do regular check-ins with that because your motives and your goals may have changed and your content can change with it. And at the end of the day, you can either foster content to bring your audience along with you or open up more content to invite more people in. And that's definitely up to you. No matter what, you want to be as natural. Don't force anything. All right, Nisha Boo, I appreciate you coming in even for a little while. It was so appreciated. Stewie, welcome in. Monet, welcome in. So you don't want to force it. Now, when you start making content, you are going to realize that you're going to develop your own signature. Like even the way you record it, the way you talk, the way you do your thumbnails. People are going to know it's you before they ever see your face. So you want to think about the style of video and keeping it in theme with the thumbnail. Again, we want to do consistency. So find the font you like. Hopefully it's visually appealing to the masses, but if you like it, I love it. But once you pick it, that's the font. Don't keep going through and I'm going to do this font this week and this font that week. No, the font you use is the font you use. Now, in the beginning when you're figuring it out, okay, if you're testing, but once you find that font, stick to that font. We're keeping the thumbnail simple. So that's going to be the font every single time. It'll also help you save time when you're editing because you don't have to go through font packages trying to find an appealing font because that's the font, right? Then the style. So if like I have a friend, she does TV reactions. The only thing that varies behind her head as a person is the show she's doing, right? So I mean, she may go grab the promo material from the show, paste it in the background, maybe find the promo material that has the cast members in it, paste it in the background. But that's the background, especially if you're talking about that series. So let's just say Love is Blind. Then every background behind you should say Love is Blind uniformly. You present what you're going to be discussing in the same font. The only thing that changes is your position in the video. So you want to think about it. You don't want your thumbnail to be an afterthought because the whole point is to get people to click the video. And so why would you treat the most important thing as an afterthought? And I've been there where I did all the recording, I did all the editing, I was ready to post, and sometimes I even posted the video and was like, oh shoot, I forgot to do the thumbnail. Now I'm trying to throw a thumbnail together. So you definitely want to be intentional about your thumbnail. And then we will get into thumbnail creation. Like I said, if you consider being a subscriber, we do one-on-ones. Especially, I recommend, like I said, I'm talking about starting a YouTube with $0 in your pocket. Because again, being very vulnerable. When I started my YouTube channel, I was broke and homeless. So I didn't have a whole bunch of hundreds of dollars to buy YouTube equipment and stuff like that. All you need is a cell phone, a tripod of some sort, a phone holder of some sort, and the will to make content and a lit room, right? That is all you need to start. So if that's the kind of way you're going to start and you're just going to, because you're already doing content through TikTok and you're going to start your YouTube and you're making content through your phone, I will walk you how to do that because that's what I did and that's my area of expertise. But I'm not a but. I know that some people may want to graduate to equipment, and even I want to graduate to equipment. So I did research and look up equipment that if you're there and you just want to start with equipment, if you must, equipment that you have. The best video quality camera outside of your phone, and again, you don't need this, but if you want it, the best video camera that you can use for YouTube as far as high quality video is the Nokia Z30. It's an actual vlogging camera, and it actually comes with a podcast kit, a vlogging kit with it, so you can get the camera standalone, or you can get the camera with the microphone and the little handheld tripod that comes with it. Like I said, you are going to need some sort of tripod or phone holder. I started with the regular phone holder that you use in your car to have your phone sit there so you can look at GPS. I use that, but you are going to graduate, and I did graduate to getting a tripod. So and now they have better versions that were out than when I started, because when I started, tripods were very expensive. You can find a cheap crossbreed tripod on the TikTok shop. That's one that can help work as a selfie stick and then extend out into a tripod. But at the end of the day, I'm a person of compartment, so I need a free, like right now, I'm at home, I'm using a dedicated tripod that was set up to be a camera tripod, not a selfie stick. So you may want to consider that, and those are getting more economical by the day. So you have that one when you're in a set space and you're recording, you have that stable tripod. And then you want a travel tripod, and again, this is up to you, something that handheld, preferably lightweight, that you can hold on to, clip the things. I'm not going to pick because, again, that's your own signature and style. You're going to do the research and you're going to find that travel tripod that works for you. Microphones, if you're inside when you're first starting, your phone microphone is good enough. As long as you're in a room with quiet space, it's good enough. Right now, even with a microphone, my niece is in the next room cooking. You can hear her laugh from time to time, but for the most part, you don't hear anything else that's going on in my house. Lavalier is definitely a great company that makes phone microphones because they're marketing to people doing content here on the phone. So Lavalier is definitely a good company for microphones. And I do have a couple in my showcase, even though they're not here now. I didn't think about that I was going to talk about microphones, so I didn't put it in the products here now. But that was my bad, not yours. That just means I need to do a little bit better. Now, things that people think about that don't matter, but I'm going to address just because people think about it in this first conversation, because we're reaching that hour mark. Things like backdrop and stuff like that. Totally not important when you start. All you need when you start is a small corner in the room, however much space in the corner that you can kind of keep clean and presentable. And you don't have to do too much. As you can see right now, I'm sitting in the most cornerish part of my house. It just happens to be a picture. I didn't buy anything extra. This is just in my house. It just looks good. I just make sure I keep this area clean no matter what's going on in my house. I have 2 nieces and a nephew who come through the house and they tear everything up. You wouldn't know it. You would think that I'm in some expensive cabin somewhere. Nope, I'm in my living room and I didn't buy anything extra. So you can start off with, especially if you're just doing sit down and informative reaction, podcasty type of content, a simple corner in your room. And again, because you're trying to get more views, because you're trying to get the 4,000 watch hours, again, we invite the audience to grow with us. When you do and or are ready to decorate that space, hey guys, come with me to pick out stuff to decorate behind my head that you see when I'm recording. Come with me to that. This is what I'm picking. This is what I'm thinking. Guys, what do you think? Da 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 da. Purchase it. Okay, watch me put together this little corner in the room that I use when I record. Record it. That's content. These are things that you don't even have to think about. When people say everything is content, that's what they meant. They didn't mean everything is content, because we clearly know people are putting crap on the internet that clearly should have stayed in the group chat. Should have stayed in the group chat. Right, Ravi? Keith Lee sat against a blank wall in a Paw Patrol chair. He didn't have all this extravagant stuff. Thank you for the fast birth, Anthony. So don't think that you need all of that stuff. Know and identify really early that that's a want. Now, when you eventually upgrade to a vlogging camera, maybe because of phone space, like me, when I just knew I was going to keep doing stuff on my phone and I didn't want to keep running out of storage space, I just finally got the phone with the highest storage capacity that I can afford. You're not going to be able to do all of this stuff with an 8 or a 64 gigabyte phone. Wrap it up. Now, what you can do is like I did when I had a 120 gigabyte phone. That was the lowest. I didn't even consider starting my channel until I had 128 gigabytes on my phone. And that may sound elitist because some people can't. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Phone storage. I don't make that up. I would record my videos, upload them. I would record my videos, edit them, do the thumbnail, upload them, and delete everything from my phone just to save phone space for the next video. So you don't have to worry. But if you eventually have a phone that has 128 to 512 and above, and now you have these little drives that you can put in your phone to save storage, 2024 is a great time for content creation because there's a whole lot of stuff available to you now, especially if you're making content on your phone that wasn't available when I started. But if you feel like, okay, this is getting a lot doing it on my phone and I do want to upgrade to a camera, these are not things that I have used because I still do everything on my phone because I still have the capacity to do so, and I kind of enjoy them. It's super fast doing it on my phone for me. But if you do, let's talk about editing software. Now, if you run any kind of iOS system, the best editing software that you're going to need, if you don't, the free option is just iMovie, which comes in with any iProduct. iMovie is on it. Apple product, iMovie is already on it. Understand that it's very base. There's not going to be a whole lot of intricate things that you can do with that video. It's pretty much chop it up, post it. But if you're ready to kind of get deeper into your editing journey, Final Cut Pro is going to be the thing that works with every iOS system, and it only works for iOS systems. So Final Cut Pro is going to be the editing software for you if you're doing this with a camera, and then you have to take that stuff off the camera and then edit it to post. In anything outside of iOS, you can use the full web desktop version of CapCut. You can use InShot. You can use Premiere. You can use those are the three that are the most popular and the most effective. Shishi, thank you so much. What I do want you to understand when you start your journey, if you're not an editor by trade, it's going to take you some time to edit your video, right? But understand, the more that you record and the more that you edit, you will become comfortable and you will get faster. You will get faster. So don't get bogged down to, oh, I started and it takes me so long to edit a video. One thing that you can do to help you with that so you don't get stuck in edits, hold yourself to a time frame. So do a timer. Say, I recorded this video, I'm gonna have it edited in an hour, hour and a half. That may sound like a long time, but when you're deep in the process, time flies fast. Hey Jade, how you doing? Welcome in. And again, if I've missed your comments, I'm so sorry, because I'm just nervous and I'm trying to stay focused. So put yourself on a timer. So you set a timer, and whatever edits you do in an hour and a half, that's the edit post a video. That way, it takes it off your plate, and it helps you not spend hours and hours and hours editing. And then once you do that more and more and more, you'll realize that you're finishing before that 1 hour and 30-minute alarm goes off. So you don't have to think, oh, I got to do 130 every time. 130 is just to stop you from getting in your head and getting in your own way, thinking about edits. dead air. Most of the time when you're editing, especially your first YouTube videos, the one thing that you're doing is editing out dead air and negative air. And negative air is anything where you're not talking at all and it's just silent. You want to cut that out in your video, right? Because we don't want to have this engaging conversation and you got lost in thought for a second and now you're sitting there for 20-30 seconds and you have the audience watching you regain your thought back. Cut that out, and that's it at the end of the day. Now, once you get more comfortable and you realize the story that you want to tell with your edits, again, you're going to get comfortable and you're going to have a signature way of editing that your audience is going to realize that it's you. So as you get more comfortable, the editing process will be faster unless you decide to add more things on your plate like me. But that wasn't a hindrance to me because I actually love editing, where I add more graphics and stuff to my edits, adding and music and stuff like that. You can do that, but you don't have to do that. Also, what I want to say is copyright. That's the one thing that you don't really have to worry about here so much unless you're doing TikTok shop stuff. On YouTube, you can't use popular music on your videos, so you're not going to be able to do your vlog and have Sexy Red playing in the background. You will get a copyright flag, and if the person doesn't make an issue about it, you'll just get a copyright flag, and any money that you could have potentially made will go to the artist that made that music. So CapCut is one of the apps that I use that they have a great library of copyright-free music. So you definitely want to look into that. Even on YouTube, if you type in copyright-free music, they do have videos that you can screen record and then put as the backtrack of your video. That's what I did when I first started also, and I didn't have CapCut. I don't even think it existed back when I started. But you want to stay away from top 40 radio. Now, if you're vlogging and stuff and you can't help that in the world where you're traveling, people are going to be playing music, you get about 2.5, 3 seconds of somebody's music playing before YouTube will put a copyright claim on your video. So if you know that you go in a brunch and the brunch got a DJ and turn up, then when you vlogging, that brunch is going to be a whole bunch of edits. 3 seconds of a song, click, next scene, 3 seconds of the next song, click, edit, show the food, song playing 3 seconds, click, edit. And then when you're actually talking, you want to get to the most quiet place that you can where you can't hear any music so that you can actually talk and engage with your audience. But don't think that you're going just because you went to the skating ring and you were skating around with your camera and you're like, no, but I'm in it and I wasn't really trying to make it about the music, it's about me skating. No, they hear the music, they're going to do a copyright claim, so you want to avoid it. So with that, I did my hour presentation of starting your YouTube channel, and I understand that it is a lot of information to process. Again, if you weren't here when I started, hopefully TikTok will allow me to download this one because it didn't allow me to download the last one. And when it downloads, it will be available on my YouTube channel, which is available in the link in my bio. Just click where it says YouTube, and it'll take you straight to my YouTube and my Instagram. Oh, and that's another thing. There's a lot of people who have YouTube pages, and their YouTube page is not linked to their TikTok page. People be like, go to my YouTube. I go to their profile to click the link to go to their YouTube page, and it's not even linked in their TikTok bio. TikTok does not care if you link a YouTube channel. They actually give you a space to link your YouTube, your Instagram, and I think it's another something 8, lemon 8 or something like that. They put that in your bio that you can put those links in there. So if you have another platform such as a YouTube or an Instagram, it should be linked in your TikTok bio. And in turn, when you're posting videos, the link to your TikTok page should be posted in your description and or your first comment, because you always want a circle that's leading back to you. So if I tell everybody now, hey, thank you so much for listening to this talk, if you could, make sure you go over and subscribe to my YouTube page. I made it easy for you. All you got to do is click my face, go to my profile, click where it says YouTube. It's going to take you right back to YouTube. But when I'm on YouTube and I make YouTube videos and I drop the graphic, follow me on my other social media, TikTok, Instagram, and such. Yes, they see it on the screen, but when they click the description, the clickable link is right there that they can click, and it takes them right back. So they don't have to go out of app, open another app, and then try to find me. And you don't want your potential followers or supporters to do any extra steps that are unnecessary. And if you could have made it easier for them, make it easier for them. Okay, so now I'm 5 minutes past my hour of monologuing. Any questions that I may answer to the best of my ability. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment section. You can send a guest request, come in the box. If your question requires more characters, then you can type. Just don't be a troll, because my block game is strong. But if you have any questions or concerns, if you can't think of any questions right now, but in future you do have questions because this is a journey that you want to be on, 2 ways you can contact me. You can actually hit me in my DMs here, because I will respond, and or you can join us as a key player. We are a community of people who are focused on support and engagement, and we've set up not to be a gang, but to combat the algorithm suppression. We understand that the algorithm responds to views and clicks, and we're a community that generally are committed to giving you those views and clicks, wholeheartedly with genuine connection. And in the back end, we do have a Discord where we share best practices. We also share ideas. And if you're a part of the key players, then you'll have access to me on a personal level. And lastly, like I said, I do have a subscription goal, and in my subscriptions you will get one-on-ones with me in my area of expertise, growing your YouTube channel utilizing your phone with $0 and 0 cents. And we'll do walkthroughs, the best apps to use on your phone, such as Video Leap, CapCut, and BizArt. And in my next live I will then revisit why those 3 apps are good. And for the people who are doing it through the phone, not doing it through the camera, I will do everything in my power to utilize the resources that I have to give you the best answers on any questions that may come up. So if you want to consider subscribing, it's not mandatory, but it is definitely appreciated. And I hope you found value in it, because I will work hard to help you along in this journey and not have you trip over the same landmines that I've tripped over, and hopefully get you to that 1,000 way faster and that 4,000 watch time way faster. And if you are going to step up and take this journey growing your YouTube platform simultaneously with TikTok, again, understand with YouTube you only need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized, not 10,000. But once you hit 10,000 with YouTube, that opens up another higher tier of monetization, where you can have access to more money. Thank you so much, Socio People. I appreciate that. As I said, I definitely want to just do something that's talking about more than just the TikTok shop and going live on TikTok. Though that's great, I'm not knocking it. You understand what I'm saying? But it also gets wearing a lot to hear every other live is talking about TikTok rules, TikTok this, and TikTok might not be around. And I'm not praying for the downfall of TikTok. But what's the backup plan if TikTok is not here and you're a content creator, right? What's the backup plan? Then again, when we're talking about not putting all our eggs in one basket, we want to generate multiple streams of income. And with YouTube, that's 10 streams of income right there, because you can have 10 YouTube channels for free that you can grow and monetize, right? And we're not even talking about the things that you sell. We're just talking about you recording videos and posting them. How do you get paid on YouTube? Well, just like TikTok, you get paid for runtime, people actually watching your video all the way through, but you also get paid from ad revenue. So unless you're on YouTube Premium, where you pay a monthly thing to not see the ads, which YouTube creators get a percentage of that also, because that's where the runtime comes in. So everybody who's paying not to have ads, a portion of your fee is going to pay the creators of YouTube for making the content that are actually monetized. But if you're not paying for it, all the ads you see are paying creators. So the longer you watch those ads, the more money you're helping your favorite creator get. And that's why you see in most YouTube videos, when the ad pops up, there are some that you can't click away from, because the person who put the video up told YouTube, I want non-skippable ads on my videos. Also, if they put an ad that is skippable, you can't skip it without 5 seconds. So that first 5 seconds is going to generate you money. So ad revenue and watch time is how you get paid on YouTube. And that's it. And YouTube's language guidelines are a lot looser. They're not reckless, but they are a lot looser than they are on TikTok. The fact that we all had to learn TikTok language as grown adults. I'm 46 years old and I have to learn how to speak acronym and talk about pew-pews and unaliving and all of that stuff. You can talk like a normal human being on YouTube and don't have to worry about getting violated. So that's definitely a benefit, especially people who want to have conversations about social commentary, and those conversations can get very heated. You might want to consider, creating some kind of situation with Zoom or Teams and have that conversation with people that you know will show up for it. Record it, post it on YouTube, and don't worry about losing your whole account and all the stuff you built for one live because you guys decided to have a passionate conversation. But with that, if there are no questions, I will go ahead and wind it down. But if you do have any questions, the floor is open to you. Again, if you are interested in other people within the key players, I do have a live schedule posted on my page. I know myself, I go live Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. As you see today, Wednesday is about specifically talking about growing and best practices for YouTube. But Saturday and Sunday, we do have a game night because, like I said, listening to every other live about YouTube rules, how to grow, go live, be consistent, that can get draining and we need a release. So I hope to provide that relief with a game night. And basically all we do is amplify and foster our inner child. We get in the room, we're really silly, we play games, we commune with each other, and we just have a good gosh darn time. What percentage does your YouTube take? YouTube takes, at max, 25 to 30%, not 50. The splits are, you get more of your money with YouTube. And YouTube doesn't do that trickery and tell you how much you made and then take their cut, and it's different. When YouTube tells you that your payout is $200, your payout is $200. And that could be $200 for the month. All your videos generated $200, or that could be $200 per video if each video is doing well. Now, what there are markers. YouTube will not send you money unless you've made $200. So the minimum, the least you can get paid when you get monetized on YouTube, the least that you can get paid is $200. The most you can get paid, the sky is the limit. That depends on you and the popularity of your channel. I can speak to for what I experienced personally. When I started off small, I was making the $200. At my best time, like I said, I was making $3,000 a month. At my peak time, I was making $3,000 a video. What do you say about text on screen throughout / do fonts matter? You can do it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, we definitely want to acknowledge the hearing impaired and want to be as an inclusive space as possible. But as I always say, do not introduce your audience to a standard that you cannot maintain, right? So if you start doing videos and they got subtitles on them and stuff like that, one, if it has subtitles that you put there, again, just like the thumbnail, choose a font and that's your font. So we don't need how some people do on TikTok videos. We don't need the font that changes different fonts, highlights, da 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 da. Simple font that goes across the bottom of your screen so that people who are hearing impaired can actually read what's going on. As we go deeper into it, and I'm actually able to share my screen with you, I will go into the YouTube studio and we can show you how to transcribe your video and do timestamps and things of that nature on your video so that people can click the content that they want to watch. Hopefully they watch the whole video, but we know certain people, they like to get to certain things and they want to know where it is, and YouTube will provide that feature for you. We'll also go into end cards because, as I said, marketing standards say it'll take people 7 watches of you before they hit subscribe. So how do we get those 7 watches? Well, obviously the initial one because they click your video, but end cards at the end of the video, and so that'll generate your second, third, fourth, fifth view, because if each video has an end card, and end cards is basically a card at the end of the video that has your channel logo on it, and it has 2 squares, sometimes 3, of the next videos from your channel that people can watch. And that's going to generate, because the more people are clicking to view stuff on your page, it's going to get you to that 4,000 watch hours faster, right? So if I just gave you a 10-15 minute video and then at the end of it, I have an end card that says thanks for watching, and right next to the logo of my face is the video that's part 2 of the last video I just did, and then the video of my most popular video, what are you most likely going to do? You're going to most likely click the next video, right? And then I said that I would address how, when you type LaRocca Blue, no matter if you type in LaRocca Blue TV or not, when you type in LaRocca Blue as I spell my name, I'm the first option that shows up. You do that by hashtagging. A lot of people are thinking about hashtags that are going to make people find you. Well, the first hashtag that you should ever put on your video is you. So your first hashtag should be, for me and my channel, no matter what my video is about, my first hashtag is LaRocca Blue. My second hashtag is LaRocca Blue TV. My third hashtag is just a repeat of the title. And the third one is the title as I wrote it on the title box as you see it. And then the other hashtags are me breaking down the title, how people may search for it, that I think they may search for it. And then certain keywords in the video that are happening. And then there are definitely some apps that'll help you with and programs that'll help you with hashtagging. Again, that I will go over through these lives and on one-on-ones with people who subscribe with me. But yeah, it's definitely the hashtag. If you can't think of nothing else to hashtag, your video better not go up and not be hashtagged with your name. And so since all my videos are hashtag LaRocca Blue, that represents a keyword search. So when people type in LaRocca Blue, the first thing you see is my channel, and the next thing you see is maybe 3 or 4 of my videos before they get to anybody else that may be utilizing LaRocca Blue also. Now, once you start making money and stuff like that, we'll talk about thinking about trademarking and copywriting your name so nobody can't come and steal your channel from up under you. But when it's free, you could do it. I would suggest it if you have the money to do it. But we're talking about growing your platform for $0. And if you have $0, you don't have money to trademark and copyright your channel name. But you definitely want to consider that. Is it hard to get to 1,000 subscribers? And how do you get there, if that makes sense? Okay, so we're going over that. So one thing is kind of understanding why you're making YouTube videos, like how you do affirmations in the morning, right? So if you do affirmations, right? But when you're doing the affirmations, be your most unique self doing them. Not a call out, just a thing when you're live, because obviously you're encouraging people to tap the screen, share the live and stuff like that. It may take a little bit longer to get to the affirmations, and again, we want to hook the people right away. So the first 30 seconds. Hey, we're doing affirmations. Your first one is this. Da 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 da. Again, you're not talking to a live audience, so you're able to get through the content. So you want to hook them and let your personality shine through, but you want to hit your points. Hit your points. Now you can go in deeper detail because it is a long form video, but you definitely want to get there, right? And that will help your channel grow. Being consistent. If you say you're going to post you don't even have to say you're going to post Thursday at 7. It may just so happen that week you had time, or that month you had time to post Thursday at 7. Well, people are showing up to your page Thursday at 7 because they assumed that that was the time that you were going to be posting. Again, the biggest thing to grow your audience faster is don't introduce your audience to a standard that you can't maintain. And if your audience can't find you, you got about 2 videos for them to look for you before they check out. So consistency, consistency, consistency. The first part of consistency is post. The second part of consistency is post as regularly at the same time as possible. We understand that life happens and there are going to be variations. Oh, a last thing. Once you're in the creator, the YouTube partner program, if life happens and you can't post, you have 6 months of non-posting before YouTube will demonetize you. They're giving you money because you're bringing content to the platform. The minute that you stop bringing content to the platform, they give you 6 months to figure it out. So even if you're not, let's just say life is going on and YouTube is making you money, but you can't post new content. If you can't sit down and post new content, and I learned this the hard way, post something. Post something. Don't let the whole 6 months run out and you've posted nothing. 2 months, 3 months come by, post, hey guys, I know you've been waiting for videos. I don't have the social battery for it right now, but I promise I'll get back to it when I can. Post it. You're doing something to show that you're active on the channel. So you have to be active on the channel, and then that will reset your 6 month window. I'm not a live host that's going to try to hold you hostage. I understand it's live fest and stuff like that. I think an hour and 24 minutes is dope. I didn't even plan on being on here for an hour and 24 minutes. But again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming to my live. If this is content that you're interested in, this is what I'll be doing every Wednesday at 7. So you may not have questions today, and I understand that I gave you a lot of information to process. Again, this live will be posted on my YouTube channel if TikTok will allow me to download it. But if you think of a question and you can't think of it now, but you think of it, write it down, save it for next Wednesday. We will be here every Wednesday. Hey, Ravi, how you doing?
8-1. I just came up, so you'll stay on until I get to 30. But good.
You are.
You are there. You're there. But battle went great. Everyone pulled up. We won barely, but we won. They put on a good fight. I mean, we both scored over 5,000 points. So I mean, it was a good battle.
Okay, and since it is Win Wednesday, and I still want to take the energy of your live since you are here, Josh, Stacy, welcome in. We're just winding down. But if you want the information that I provided in this live, it will be on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you make your way over there if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to know what we talked about, it will be over there. But a win. I did this whole live, and I did not 420.
That's amazing. Where's the? I can't applaud for you. Use your applause. That's amazing.
I don't know if that's plausible, but I just realized that
it is.
I realized that I did. I literally was I was looking for it to bless the room, and I was like, I didn't even put it together to make that happen. So,
well, look, you're there. You did an amazing job.
Live. If you're just coming in, we are winding down. But this live I do every Wednesday at 7, and we go over growing and monetizing multiple platforms simultaneously. My area of expertise is YouTube. Now, if we're talking about digital marketing and ChatGPT and Canva and all of that stuff, you're going to look for my key player sister, Crystal. She goes live every day around the lunchtime period, which could be anywhere from 12-ish to 1 o'clock, depending on when her beautiful, beautiful baby goes down for a nap. She will be on live, and she does profile audit. So she makes sure that your profile looks good and attractive to grow here. She'll talk about digital marketing, content calendars. She has digital products herself. My beautiful sister Ravi, who's in the box with me now, goes live every day at 5 on Monday. She talks about everything money, so how to make money on TikTok, affiliate marketing, things of that nature. I know on Friday she goes over the guidelines of TikTok specifically, the rules and regulations as brought to you by TikTok, because we do understand that there are a lot of rumors in the street. She clarifies those rumors on Friday. Wednesday she does Win Wednesday. And I think that's going to be a regular thing. Then she has, what did we do yesterday?
Takeaway Tuesday, where we make our plans.
Yeah, takeaway.
So on Tuesdays, we do Takeaway Tuesdays, where you come in, you have a plan or a goal you want to make. We curate an action plan for you to bring back the following week to Win It Wednesdays. And Thursdays is all about talk about it Thursdays, where we're just going to chat and kiki. Whatever's on your mind is what we're going to talk about. It's just family time. And if you're even adjacent to the key players, you are family.
And to my happiness, even though I want her to rest sometimes, but she said she's going to be there Sunday, she's bringing back Coffee with Ravi Saturday morning. What time are you doing that Saturday morning?
10, but I'm thinking about moving it to YouTube and having my favorite people be with me on YouTube, and then everyone else is live or in chat like we typically do.
Well, we definitely want to lock in for that. So we want to definitely, like I said, make sure that you are locking in with everyone in this room. Everyone in this room has something to offer. They are genuine, beautiful people. At the end of the day, they all lead with love. That just because we lead with love, don't mean we suckers out here, but we do lead with love. And we want to see everybody win. We want to see everybody grow. And we don't gatekeep. My good sis Keisha does farming. She is actually has her own farm seed, stuff like that. And she goes live Saturday at 5, I believe, and then randomly throughout the week. But her definite, what is it?
I was an hour off. I think it's 4 o'clock. Keisha, remind us. I think she's
Central, which is
yes,
4
4
p.m.
p.m. Eastern. So I'll redo that schedule for us to repost.
All right. And so again, we do have for the key players, we do have a live schedule of when all the key players go live. We have Coach Jinjin, who goes live Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. On Mondays, she does social therapy. Wednesday, she does a different kind of therapy. Thursday, she does travel therapy, and then on Sunday, she does cooking therapy. But all of it is around mental health and mental health for people who look like us, if that makes sense, because we have to get over the stigmas of mental health in our communities, in our societies. At the end of the day, it is okay to not be okay, and it is okay to ask for help. And so our good key player sister, Coach Jinjin, she is a mental health coach. And then we have Claw, who goes live on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to be announced. And basically, she does Claw walks and talks, and it can be anything from social commentary to just a vibe. But we got something for you if you lock in with the key players. Key to welcome in. If you want to be considered to be part of the key players, like I said, so that you can have more intimate access with the resources that we have, do think about reaching out to either Ravi, Claw, myself, or Wolf. Wolf is another master key. He does workouts on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And he will be picking back up his workouts after the Thanksgiving holiday. So we get your mind right, get your body right, get your pockets right. And then back to me on Saturday and Sunday at 7. We're going to have a good goddamn time and just kick off our shoes, relax our feet, let our hair down, and have a good goddamn time. With that being said, again, I do thank everyone for coming to my live and talking about YouTube with me. I wish you nothing but peace and prosperity on your social media content creation journey. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart when I say all I want to do is see anyone who puts forth effort to invest in themselves win. In any way that I can show up and amplify that, I definitely want to do so. But with that, I appreciate you guys getting me 80% to my gift goal. I appreciate that so very much. And my sister's trying to do it all in one shot, but don't, because right now, you are the title gifter. Stop, Ravi. You're not going to be able to do 100 before I hit the end button, so stop. Candy, welcome in. Candace, welcome in. I'm so sorry. Moonflow, welcome in. Thank you so much. We did wind down. Just Mine, welcome in. Again, if you missed anything or want to know what we talked about that you missed, this live will be available on YouTube. You can look me up at LaRocca Blue TV, or just go to my profile and hit the YouTube button, and it'll take you directly there so that you can subscribe. Smoothies, welcome in. Thank you. And I wish nothing but love and light to you guys. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate you helping me get my live goal. I appreciate that.
I move with the wind blowing through the trees. If you peek past the leaves, probably notice me. Might be hard, I keep it A1 like the lowest key, cause it's a cold world, but 100 proof this doesn't freeze. Please, I'm sick as any known disease. Flow instinctual like when you're born, you know to breathe. Believe, I'm no myth, but born to be a legend.